Hello dear students, as you know that we are doing the revision of our subject science for upcoming CBSE board examination. So in today's class, we will start to discuss about the first topic of our segment biology, and the chapter name is life processes. So in today's class, we will discuss about the topic life processes. Very first, as we know that in board examinations, following 5 type of questions will come: MCQs, very short answer questions, short answer questions, long answer question, and case studies. When we start to discuss about the life processes, we need to understand what is life processes, about the process of nutrition, the process of respiration, the process of transportation, and the process of excretion. Out of these topics, our most important topic is nutrition. As from this topic, MCQs, short answer question, and very short answer questions used to come. So we need to cover the nutrition in humans, nutrition in amoeba, and nutrition in plants. Whereas the preference for long answer question is given to process of respiration and process of excretion. So long answer or case study type question generally used to come from the topic respiration or excretion. Whereas from transportation from transportation short answer questions of 2 marks used to come. So we will start to discuss about the topic life processes. We need to understand in this topic what exactly the life processes are, what is nutrition, what is respiration, what is transportation, and what is excretion. The privilege need to given for the topic nutrition, because from this topic MCQs, various short answer questions of 1 mark or short answer questions of 2 marks used to come. Whereas from the topic respiration and excretion, long answer questions or case studies used to come. Now, we will start to discuss what exactly the life process is. Then we will jump to the process of nutrition and in this sequence we will start to discuss our topic. Now, so we need to understand what exactly the life processes are. Dear student, as we know that on this earth, living organisms on the earth, living organisms and non-living things regularly used to interact with each other. Everything which is present in my surrounding helps to make the environment present in my surrounding, in which air is present, water is present, and we used to call them that these are the non-living things, and we as a living organisms regularly used to interact with the non-living things. Now, what makes us living? How we are able to say that we are living organism, whereas table or chair present in the room will be considered as non-living objects. So, we used to say that these living organisms are able to give response to various environmental changes they exchange the gases from their surrounding environment. They transport the substance inside their body. They remove metabolic waste they perform reproduction. So all these are the exclusive characteristic of the living organism. So we used to say that living organisms used to show certain specific characteristics, that they are able to give response to the surrounding environmental changes. They used to exchange the gases from their surrounding environment. They transport the substance inside their body, they remove to metabolic waste from their body, and they perform reproduction, whereas non-living thing is not able to perform all these activities. So all these characteristics makes the object living. Okay? So right now I will be considered as living because I am able to give response to the any environmental changes. If the temperature of the room will be changed, if it will be increased, I will start to sweat. If it will be decreased, I will start to shivering. So that is how I will give response to the environmental changes. Regularly, I am exchanging the gases from my surrounding environment. I am intaking the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. The various substances like food particles in the form of glucose, amino acids are moving from one part of my body to another part. So I am showing the transport of the substance inside my body. I used to remove the metabolic waste or toxic or poisonous substance from my body in the form of sweating, releasing of the urine, and I am also able to perform the reproduction. So all these things makes me living organism. Now I need to perform certain activities on day-to-day basis to sustain myself as a living organism. The activities which an organism used to perform on day-to-day basis to sustain his life as a living organism will be considered as life processes. Okay? So, abhi, in this slide, you need to remember the characteristic of the living organism. Sometimes a very short answer question of 1 mark or rarely of 2 marks used to come. What are the characteristics of living organism? You need to answer. They are able to give response to the environmental changes. They show the exchange of gases from the environment, transport of the substances inside the body, remove the metabolic waste, and perform the reproduction. Now, what are life processes? We used to say to sustain the life on earth, every living organism used to perform certain basic activities in his day-to-day life, and all these activities are collectively known as life processes. Okay? So, life processes, all living organisms, no matter whether they is bacteria, plants, animals, used to perform certain basic activities to sustain, to maintain their life on earth. Example, we used to intake the nutrient and utilize them. The process is known as nutrition. We used to perform the respiration. We used to show the circulation or transportation. We used to show the removal of metabolic waste. All these are collectively known as life processes. So, really a very short answer question may come that what do you understand by the term life processes. In that condition we need to answer that all living organisms used to perform certain basic activities to sustain or to maintain their life on earth. Example of such activities are nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. All these activities are collectively known as life processes. So in this chapter we will discuss about the nutrition in humans, respiration in human, transportation in human, excretion in human, and after that nutrition in plant, respiration in plant, transportation in plant, and so on. So in this chapter, next point we are going to discuss is process of nutrition. What exactly the process of nutrition is? Now, we all know that no matter whether it is cow, dog, human being, even for plants, okay, to sustain our life, we required a consistent supply of energy, or this energy is generated inside the cells of our body by the oxidation of glucose. So we need to maintain the consistent supply of glucose towards our body cell, and for the same we used to intake the food particles. These food particles are also named as nutrients. Okay? Now, the process in which an organism used to intake the nutrient and utilize them for the releasing of energy is known as nutrition. So what exactly the nutrition is? Nutrition is an example of life process, means the process which help us to sustain the life on this earth, and in the process of nutrition an organism used to intake the nutrients, commonly we can call it food. Example, carbohydrate, protein, fats, etc. So, nutrition is a process in which an organism used to intake the nutrient and food and utilized it to release the energy. So basically we used to say that nutrition is a process in which an organism used to intake the nutrient or food, commonly named as food. Example, we used to intake the carbohydrate, proteins and fats, and later on we utilize these nutrients to release the energy, and this energy is later on used in metabolic. When we use the term metabolic, that means chemical reactions, metabolic reactions, chemical reactions inside the cells of our body.